Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the book of Joshua. Today we're beginning to look at Joshua chapter 10. Now, at the conclusion of chapter 9, we had made the comment that this brought the first phase of the conquering of Canaan to an end. You remember I've told you the conquest of Canaan took place in 3 phases. The first was to take the center of the land. That's why they attacked Jericho, and then they moved directly west to Ai, and then later on they went to Gibeon. And though the Gibeons deceived them, they came into submission underneath Israel. So Israel has now completed the first phase. They've taken the center of the land. Now the campaign is going to turn south to the southern portion of the land of Canaan. However, now we're up against a confederation. Remember a couple of sessions back I told you that some of the independent kings throughout Canaan began to talk together about forming a confederation or a coalition to oppose the Israelites. And now some of the southern kings do that very thing. And this presents a great challenge to Israel, because now they're not just facing one small kingdom or one city-state, but a confederation of several kingdoms or several city-states. And we're going to see as chapter 10 begins, there's a confederation of 5 of the southern kingdoms, or 5 of the southern city-states, who begin to work together as one to oppose the Israelite invasion. So let's read the first few verses of chapter 10. Now, Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had taken Ai and totally destroyed him, doing to Ai and its king as he had done to Jericho and its king. And he also heard that the people of Gibeon had made a treaty of peace with Israel and had become their allies. So he and his people were very much alarmed at this, because Gibeon was an important city. It was like one of the royal cities. It was larger than Ai, and all its men were good fighters. So we're told about the thinking of the king of Jerusalem at this time, a fellow by the name of Adonizedek. He's been watching, observing, receiving intelligence on what Israelites are doing, how they've conquered Jericho, how they've conquered Ai, and now Gibeon has essentially surrendered to them and become subject to them. And Gibeon was a strategic location, very strong city, well fortified, large military, and yet they simply surrendered. He realizes with alarm, this king of Jerusalem, that the Israelites have now taken the entire center of the land, just to his north, and he is afraid. He assumes, and he's right, they'll be coming south next, so he must do something. Verse 3. So Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, appealed to Hoham, king of Hebron, Param, king of Jarmuth, Japhia, king of Lachish, and Debar, king of Eglon. Come, he said, help us attack Gibeon, for it has made peace with Joshua and the Israelites. So these 5 kings of the Amorites, the kings of Jerusalem, Hebron, Jarmuth, Lachish, and Eglon, joined forces. They moved up with all their troops, and they took positions against Gibeon, and they attacked. All right, so you've got a coalition of 5 kingdoms. And if you look at the map, these are all in the southern part of the land. They essentially cover what will later be Judah. That will later be that area, but it's the southern part of Canaan. 5 kings, 5 city-states come together. They combine their military. It's a powerful force now. Now they move against Gibeon, not Israel. They would have assumed Gibeon was a buffer for them against Israel, but now Gibeon has joined the Israelites. They've become subject to them, so now they view them as the enemy. They're probably not ready to face Israel directly, but they're going to first move against Gibeon, sort of push the frontier back a little bit, hold that buffer zone against an invasion of their land. Now, the Israelites are still in Gilgal. You remember, Gilgal was where they set up camp when they first crossed the Jordan, and it operates still as their base of operations. They seem to return there after a conquest. And they've gone back there after they made treaty with Gibeon, because Gibeon is now an associate of theirs. So these 5 kings in the southern part of the land decide to attack Gibeon. They're going to defeat it quickly, they hope, and then form that buffer zone between them and the Israelites. Question is, what is Joshua going to do? For the Gibeonites appealed to Joshua for help. The Gibeonites then sent a word to Joshua in the camp at Gilgal, "Do not abandon your servants. Come to us. Come quickly. Save us. Help us, because all the Amorite kings from the hill country have joined forces against us." See, part of the treaty they had signed with Israel was a protection treaty. We become subject to you, but you protect us if we are attacked. So now they've been attacked, so they asked Israel, "Come and save us. Come and protect us." And Joshua does so. He makes plans to come to the aid of the Gibeonites. So Joshua marches up from Gilgal with his entire army, including all his best fighting men. The Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them. I have given them into your hand. Not one of them will be able to withstand you." Joshua hears from the Lord, and the Lord once again confirms his promise. "I have given you the land. There may be a confederation of 5 kings against you this time. It's a little more challenging, but I am still the Lord. I have given them into your hand. You will prevail. They cannot withstand you." So with great confidence, Joshua and the Israelites marched to meet this confederation of the 5 kings from southern Canaan. Now in the next session, we'll see how the battle proceeds and how the Lord delivers them. But that'll be next time. So join us for our next 5-minute Bible study in the book of Joshua.